Okay, and hello everyone over on YouTube. I hope you are doing well. We are playing more Ghost of Tsushima today. I've been having an absolutely lovely time with it. We are entering Act 3, so I just need to get one thing updated. Do-do-do-do. There we go. So, if this is your first time here, or you're just watching the VOD, we are just entering Act 3 of Ghost of Tsushima. As we do, we're going to talk about the history behind the game, a little bit more about the Mongol invasions and all of that stuff. I'm hoping to be able to move through Act 3 really fast, so we can get into the definitely normal and well-behaved DLC involving whatever takes TM about religious practices during the Mongol Empire in the 13th century. Takes TM. Yep. Yep. I'm excited for that. That should be a good time for nobody except for me. No, that's not true. I definitely won't have a good time. Hopefully chat has a good time laughing at my suffering. Anyway, just to catch us up to speed as to what happens, we are now, the primary antagonist of the game appears to have transitioned from being Khotun Khan, whose men we poisoned to death with great prejudice, to being our uncle, who was going to adopt us, except that turns out he was not happy about the fact that we poisoned everyone to death. And so that bridge has been burned. And so we now need to choose between our deeply anachronistic uncle, who insists in a form of honor and bushido and service that in no way, shape, or form existed in the 13th century, and Jin Sakai, whose opinion is that the Geneva Conventions are a checklist of behaviors, and you should try and catch them all. So, yeah, we've got Anachronism Shimura versus Warcrimes Sakai. That seems to be where we're at. The Geneva suggestions, you know. Yeah, so did a lot of poisoning. And the narrative did absolute backflips, like an Olympic level gymnastics routine, in order to say actually Shimura was definitely wrong on this one. And Jin is completely justified in using wolfsbane to make the entire Mongol army puke their stomachs outside of their bodies. Like, what are we doing here, folks? So, this is the first time where I've been like, yeah, actually, Lord Shimura might have a point, actually. We might be the bad guys. But, well, all of our allies insist that we're the good guys. Our allies would, let's see, the depressed grandmother who tried to murder us. The depressed archery teacher who has threatened to murder us. The thief who is more obsessed with the vengeance quest now than we are. And the perpetually drunk sake merchant. You know, our deeply reliable set of allies tell us that we're the good guys, and who am I to disbelieve them? So, we're gonna do that, I guess, and we're gonna see how far we can get. So, if you enjoy this, do make sure you leave a like, and if you're watching the VOD, leave a comment for that algorithm. But if you have any questions, anything you want to talk about history-wise while we're going, feel free to drop comments, and we will see what we can do. How is Kenji the most mentally stable ally in that list? I don't know, and I'm too scared to find out. It's not a war crime because they haven't... What a strange definition of war crimes. It's not a war crime because our war crimes haven't been invented yet. Not because the behavior was ethical. Seriously, y'all? Y'all are acting like poison is completely unknown. I do think it is a point too far. A point too far to have everyone insist, oh no, suddenly he's not human, suddenly he's done nothing, or he's untrustworthy, like, that's not how this works. What Shimura is learning? Shimura is learning from his failures? And is actually becoming, like, understanding what they're capable of? What? It's almost like he's sometimes good at his job. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh, that. Yeah, Olga, what have you got for us? Uh-huh. Do I know? Oh, I'm sure you're just so disappointed about this, Olga. What? Huh? What do you mean? Thanks to me, it could go on for months. What's that supposed to mean? Versus, you know, a siege. Which famously only lasts like 3 seconds. You know. Yeah. I have no honor, yada yada. Like, come on, I'm just gonna knock you guys over. My horse is cool and good like that. No! How dare you? How dare you? No! How dare you do this to me? Sieges don't take long when you charge all your troops into the enemy kill zone. Sieges also don't go successfully when you charge all your troops into the enemy kill zone. Anyway, look at how dramatic these landscapes are. It is decisive, though. You know... Okay, but if the never-ending story attacks me, how dare... How dare you do this to me? This is like the only character I cared about. Right? Thank you, Fate White. Ow. Act 3. Kill the cop. Oh, good. Oh, no! How... That's just twisting the knife. They did. Also, where are we on the... Sorry, that's not the right spot. Where are we on the map here? Okay. Okay. Not that far away. So, yeah, I hate to ruin the moment, but I'm just going to observe that Tsushima, as an island, is about 50 miles end to end. Now we could just... If we could just steal one of their weapons, our problem would be solved. I'm just saying. Like, he has a fire lance. There's so many options. Guy up there, two guys there. So that basically completely eliminates the road. Huh. Of course he's now looking directly at that. If he turns around again, I should have an opportunity. They turn around. He turns around again. Right now, yep. Who could have predicted this? Luckily, these 3 blades of grass are going to protect me. What, you're saying that... Use an enemy's weapon like a dishonorable Ronin? Are you suggesting that the goofy swords that they're using are not the most reliable and bestest options. I don't know if this is good enough. Whoop. That was good enough. Technically. Ooh, supplies. I can go up. Well, that'll help. Up basically always helps. Why is no one on these upper levels? That seems foolish of them. I guess like video game, or much like gamers, Mongols don't look up. There's the tree. There's a guy right there, but if I just go, oh, down, and down, and then I can jump into the grass and hide. Whoop. Yeah, that worked great. That worked great. It worked great except for the part where someone was walking directly at me when I jumped. Oh, oh, that's mean. Half of them can't look, you know, you make a good point. Half of them can't look up, and the other half choose not to because they feel bad. That makes sense to me. You're playing Kingdom Deliverance 2 again? Oh. I hope you have a lovely time with it. Right? Great time to mention, though, if you are subscribed to the YouTube, we're going to have a lot of old VODs for the first time in a long time being uploaded. And one of the games, right, the 4 games that are getting uploaded are Eric's Home: The Stolen Dream, Case of the Golden Idol, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So the 13 episodes of that. And that's pretty cool. So we did not get all the way through that game, but we did get a lot of the way through that game. And that's pretty good. Blood but no wounds sounds suspiciously like they got poisoned. You know. Game recognizes game. Let me see. The frothy mouth, the blood coming out of the mouth, looking like they vomited. I don't know, game seems to recognize game. Ow. Okay, that's... Yeah, that's basically lethal. Luckily, Inari is helping us. Obviously. The Kami are looking out for us, and they'll definitely not betray us. Definitely won't. It's the cutscene arrow and not the infinitely less lethal. True. No, now my arrows are far more lethal. It's not difficult.
だが作り方を知られたようだ。奴ら金の連中で試したんだ。あの村が焼かれる前、血だまりの中で死んでる家族を見た。始末をつける手は一つ。ハーンを撃つことだ。あいつは海岸の砦に兵を集めてる。泉の港だ。その近くに野営を敷きたい。調べてみるよ。兵具はつづらの中。支度ができたら櫓に来て。
Like, now I will say one relatively good effective or thing here is that they picked a good choice of poison for what they're trying to do gameplay wise. Right? Okay, that's like, I mean, okay, but like, hear me out. I have so many hats. Holy crap. Hear me out, if we're gonna be wearing things, like, we should wear things correctly. So. Right, they're using Aconite, Wolfsbane, as the, thing of choice. And good news, Wolfsbane is basically, you know, the deadly neurotoxin from Portal. And so, yeah, looks like, based off quick looking it up, it's about 5 milliliters of an extraction of Wolfsbane. It's enough to cause death within 4 hours. Or about 2 milligrams of powdered Wolfsbane. So you don't need a lot of it. And it being mixed into something would basically just, yeah, cause nausea, vomiting, and stop your heart. And yeah, so Jin Sakai did in fact die. This is all fever dream. Either that or the arrow someone just woefully underapplied things on the arrow, and somehow the arrow didn't puncture his lung despite going into his back directly in line with his left lung. Hey, where the boy ended up after his escape from prison? Yeah. So we went from here. Kind of fast travel here while exiled. Fascinating. To here. And, yeah. Yeah. Also, Sora got shot full of arrows and, died. So, rest in peace, our horse. It's deeply rude of them.
逃亡の折追っ手の矢を受けて空は死んだ。
気の毒に今は新しい子で我慢して。
I know, right? And now to represent a thematic narrative condition of our Act 2 low point. We're now in the depths of winter, in the frozen wastelands of northern Tsushima.
今はルミンだらけだから。
叔父上と共に猛虎を追い詰めておれば。
なんであの時降伏したの？
お主を凶賊として差し出すことなどできなかった。
もう憎まれてるけどね。
それに降伏しなければ藩に逃げ切られていたはず。叔父上は俺を守りたかったのだろうがな。
なんであろうと志村様はバカだ。
家督を継がせたいという思いを打ち壊してしまった。
正しきをなすためだろう。
それが吉と出るかはわからぬ。
Well, at least we feel madly bad about this.
藩を殺して猛虎を追い返せば志村様は許してくれるかな。
No.
幼い頃から叔父上は父であり死であり世のすべてだった。
There's no universe where he forgives us, Jin, but we'll let you live in naivete.
いずれにせよ許されたとて俺は変わらん。
私のせいだと思われて。
俺が選んだ道だ。いかなる始末になろうと悔いはない。たとえ罪人と呼ばれようとも。
Okay. Oh, lethal poison. Oh, goody. So, let's talk more about the Shogun here. Because the way this actually works, right, is there's some parts of this that are really good and some parts of this that are very silly. The part that's very silly is primarily the speed. So, the way this would work, in practice, is that a message, right, after an event, a report would be written up from the various leaders. Typically, this will be the lead administrator in Dazaifu on Kyushu. But it could also be the Jito or other retainers that were kind of assigned to the case. Right? And so that report goes through, and it gets filtered through the bureaucracy of the Bakufu, and the Shogun's delegate, probably not the Shogun himself in this case, but probably a second or third counselor, would kind of read this and make a read through the petition, read the report. The report would say so-and-so performed here's what happened, so-and-so performed well, so-and-so performed very poorly, yada yada. And from there would make claims as to, or make decisions about who should and should not be rewarded. And the Shogun just loves to administer death threats. Right, let me actually pause here very briefly to grab our good old-fashioned source book here. Yay for source books. If you've not seen, if this is your first time here, this is a primary account of the Mongol invasions of Japan from someone who fought on Kyushu. So, like, with supplemental sources. So, it's actually pretty easy. So, let me find the things. First battles, guard duty, verify battle status. So, okay, Kamakura became aware that not all Golkenin, or retainers, fought as valiantly as Suenaga or Togogoro Korochika in one of the other supplemental documents. So, quote, it has come to our attention that in the previous year, when foreign pirates attacked, a great number of men faced the battlefield but did not attack, or, claiming to guard provincial boundaries, they did not advance. This most certainly invites punishment for poor service. From now on, those who do not perform service shall be duly noted and punished. This purport shall be announced to the Golkenin. This order is so conveyed. And then they do furthermore things with representatives and precise reports of who did what, where, when. And then they just, will investigate that. And make things happen. Let's see. And so they don't explicitly say death, right? They don't explicitly say that they'll be executed, but they will be certainly stripped of status, flogged, stripped of land, or executed for sufficiently severe things. In this case, the report of mass murder would be kind of, an issue that they'd probably be very worried about. That being said, right, this does invite the question of, well, the person writing the report is Shimura. If he cares that much, why doesn't he just lie? And that's because Lord Olga is also there, and Lord Olga also wrote a report. And so your hand is kind of forced. That if you have two reports from the Jito and from a samurai that has been specifically sent to do investigations, your hand's kind of forced, and any contradictions are going to be noticed and invite further scrutiny. And that would be bad, actually. So? Alright. Why are we not... I guess instead of the road, we're gonna cut through the woods. That's fine. This is fine. Clear the village, then we take the temple. We can do that. Cool. I mean, job's pretty easy then. Two guys there. It's a good thing this armor is completely silent, right? These guys I don't think are close enough to chain assassinate. Hang on. Smoke bomb. Well, that went poorly. I think I killed the prisoner. Ow. God damn it. What are the stances called? Stone, water, wind, and moon. How on earth are we keep magnetism? Obviously. Get with the times. How are they working you to death in the dead of winter?
守りが固い。焦りは禁物。
じゃあ物見と行こうか。
Like, real question. How exactly? How?
物見役の旧兵。
見つかったら狙い撃たれる。
ならば誘い出せばよい。
え？
のろし術を打ち上げ、おびき寄せて、
Uh-huh.
血も打尽にする。火薬の樽があるぞ。使わせてもらおう。
Yeah, that's very stupid of them, isn't it?
待っておれ。のろしをあげる。
Isn't this very, very dumb of them? I should also, real quick. Arrows, awesome. Kunai, don't care about them, but I guess I'll equip those, because why not? And... I keep hoping for a Mongol artifact, and there keeps not being one, you know? Mongol...
気を引ける。では戻るか。
あいつら氷の上に来た。
始末する。
Come on. Oh. Oh, well, I whiffed that.
すべて倒したよ。
越冬へ向かうぞ。
Right? Wow! That's a lot of ice. I'm sorry, how is the ice this thick? Winter just started. Okay, this is... I'm sorry, Buddha. This is gonna be really awkward. Like, I'll recite Lotus Sutras later, okay? Maybe I can just ask... Maybe I can just ask Inari to intercede on our behalf? Surely that's fine, right? That would be very fun. You just do a standoff right now. And go like, oh yeah. No, I'll take the front, you take the back. It'll work perfectly. I see no... I mean, this'll work. Yeah, we're not doing this right now, you know? This is what Ghost Mode is for. Water stance, because this guy has a shield. Less of that, okay? I...
芸人として死ぬかと思いました。
もう終わったぞ。
Uh-huh. Well, that worked flawlessly. We're the good guys. That's my takeaway here, is we are obviously the good guys.
猛虎もいないし、壁も頑丈。ここなら安全だ。
Uh-huh.
ジン、志村様のこと気になる？
Yeah.
俺が望んだことだ。ハーンは叔父上との戦で武士勢を破る術を知った。だが我らを防ぐ術は知らん。
I don't know, he seems to be winning.
取ってやろう。
皆の仇だ。
Like, he may not be winning in terms of battles, but he's definitely winning in terms of psychological distress. I'm sorry. Thank you for the power spike, I guess.
こっちだ。
Like, what the heck? What did we even get for this? We got Ghost Dance. Uh-huh. And then we got more Ghost Dance. And then we'll get one more thing right at the end here, I guess. What else do I even, like... Cool. We'll finish off that. No! Hey, chat. Hey, chat. You enjoyed the temper on our sword, right? Like this ancestral thing? That is like a relic of our... What if we completely ruined it? Cool. There we go. We have, like, we've basically solved everything. Like, there's so little left to unlock. Cool, cool, cool. So there's a guy there, there's a guy there. We got some upgrades to do. We did get a new mask. Sakai Katana. Kill enemies faster. Thank you. That basically solves all of our problems, huh?
お頼みを聞いてください。
Mm-hmm.
猛虎が我が師匠を捕らえてコトゥンハーンのために鎧をあつらえさせたのです。
島を踏みにじるだけではなく、技術まで盗もうというのか。
師匠は鎧を作り終えると隙を見て逃げました。ハーンの鎧を持って。
その行き先は
2つの部位をそれぞれ違う村に隠したと本人から聞いております。
他の部位は
猛虎の手中に
隠し終える前に見つかったのか。
師匠は残りのありかを白状することを
Uh-huh.
殺されてしまいました。
鎧をすべて見つけ、師匠の仇を討とう。
あなた様が来てくだされば師匠も浮かばれます。
It's good that the news of our mass poisoning has not traveled this far north yet.
お体に合うよう私が直しましょう。
Right? We do... Oh yeah, I guess let's see... yes. How convenient. And then I can't access any of... Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Cool. Well... Hi's deeply not as cool horse. Look, I hate to, compare you to, your predecessor, but, like, you're just not as cool. You're not Chestnut. And you don't have a pretty harness. Come on, give it to me. Let me pick it up. Let me pick it up. I need it, though. Perfect. Flawless. I am not taking this hat off for the rest of the game. I swear on it. I mean, just an iconic silly hat, coming out of, Zen Buddhism. Right, just an absolute icon. Let me solo the Mongols? True, real. It doesn't matter who we are. We are all the way in on silly hats. Ooh, hello. Good to see you again. You're looking cold.
火はつきそうか。
残念ながらこの濡れた薪と凍えた
Yes, it would absolutely make me... Look, awkward pauses and creepy laughs are a must while wearing this hat. Right? Yeah, our storyteller's name is just Japan. Right? Yamato. Or I guess the name for the imperial controlled Japan, not the actual archipelago.
そういたします。ですが、今は火を囲み、この山の言い伝えをお聞きあれ。ある年に、穂村天から上学の山の峰ぞ落ちけるに、有識者の府上学の崖を登りて、穂村堤氏岩尾を見いずる。 刃で穂村振らるれば穂村は鋼包めども小野神はこともなし暗示いだしたるその技を穂村の剣と名付けたり岩尾のかけらを切り出して渡りたるは唐の国
Uh-huh.
いずこより来たるかと僧侶博士に
Good, good, good. You go to China when something goes weird. And you don't know. Correct.
またも穂村の落ちぬれば物の風民に恐るるなかれと説き聞かす穂村の剣は天よりの授かり物と信ずれば
So,
これを隠さず望む者に伝えり
meteors or just volcanic
弟
kabooms?
子へと伝えられただ猛虎のみ技を継ぎ対馬の民をなで切りに されど噂の聞こえるは上岳山の頂で穂村は待てり勇者来たらん
This continues to be very silly. Very good, very good.
お主、話の真偽を知るために山を登るのか。
めっそうもないですが浪人に語り聞かせたと
Man,
山に向かったようで光栄心でおらぬとよいのですが
darned Ronin.
山が隠し持つ秘密を探ろ
Darned Ronin. The Undying Flame, our last secret legendary super ability. Also known as ruining our sword for fun and profit. Math, I don't know the reference. Someone with that name next year? I don't think I know what... Oh. Samurai Remnant. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yamato. Oh, we one-shot dogs now? Oh, sorry. I didn't realize there would actually be a freeze-to-death mechanic. That's my bad. I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was Silksong. Alright, so I'll have to get up there. Pretty easy though, all things considered. Can't do that, but can go around this way. So fun fact, I looked it up because I was like, Chat, take a guess, how cold does Tsushima on average get? Your bitterly cold January out. Stop it. Two degrees Celsius. Oh, well, that's not... There we go. Up here. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. See? Any other guesses? I don't agree. Don't agree. You also think 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. The average daily high in January is 10 degrees Celsius. The average low is 5 to 6. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna quick deal with... In other words, it is vanishingly unlikely for Tsushima to get snow. Right? Right, Bookworm? I mean, if you're deeply unprepared for it, 5 degrees Celsius is definitely cold enough to, give yourself hypothermia. But it's definitely also not freeze to death in a span of approximately 32 seconds. So, like, that samurai over there, yeah, that's totally his fault. He's wearing short sleeves. For me, not so much of an issue. Hello? Oh, there it is. Please do the thing. Please? I'd like to not perish. Can't see shit. Much less worthy. Ow.
焚き火があった。少し休もう。
Now to rest a moment. Thank you. Really stressing me out with how long that took with a black screen.
自制の句だ。
Like those who first found the flame, I will harness his power. Uh-huh. I'll show all those who stood against me that I'm no longer their toy. I won't fail like the others. Yeah, this mountain is, deeply spooky. I don't recommend it. Really? Ugh. Really? Every time. I hate this, like, three-dimensional little jump.
凍えてきた。
Hello? Hello? Yes, thank you.
早く。
That one. That one right there fails so often, and I do not know why. But it's not just been this climb that it does that. It just really likes...
凍えてきた。
Like it's like you need to turn the camera in a specific angle, otherwise he's just like, clearly you miss.
あの
No.
焚き火までたどり着ける。
Oh my god. Ignite.
このままでは凍える。ああ、いい気持ちだ。
Right? Literally. Honestly, great pull. Prince of Persia Sands of Time has fantastic platforming. Like, there were a couple times in that game that I remember it doing something weird and unexpected, but like 90% of the time, it worked perfectly.
かじかんできた。
Even in these 3D spaces. Oh. They're really stretching the limits here, aren't they?
かような地に道場。
Huh. Neat.
よくぞいらした。おつらかったでしょう。
That's a lot of blood. Yo, gonna be real, that's a lot of blood.
堺陣だ。よもやここに人がおるとは。
That's not Jin, that's not seeking.
火をまとった武具を
That's
使っ
not
ておるの
how
だ。
this works. Like, you can't just kneel awkwardly.
俺にも授けてくれ。お主の武芸の何たるか猛虎に見せつけてやる。
小石を拾った後に私と手合わせしていただきます。さすればホムラの剣を伝授いたしましょう。
Great, great, great. Okay, but there's a lot of blood. Like, I hope you understand that when I say that there's a lot of blood in there, that is actually a pejorative. Like, that blood is congealed awkwardly in the snow. It's really not okay. Whoop. Come on. Please. Thank you. Hello, rock.
と剣を交えれば技を得得できる。
I don't know what this rock does, but that's all from last. Okay, but that wasn't my complaint. My complaint wasn't, wow, a lot of folks have died here. My complaint was that it congeals awkwardly on the snow, and cattle blood congeals awkwardly on the snow just as well as human blood does. Also, surely your hands are cold. Look, I understand it's like 50. It's like 50 degrees today. But like, my hands are still cold. Ow.
村の剣を侮ってはなりません。さあ、その石を地に打ちつけてください。
Press R1. Okay.
立ちなさい。炎に身を捧げるのです。さて、ここまでといたしましょう。
Thanks, by the motto.
そうか。殺し合わずに済んで安心いたした。対馬にあだなす者に使うことにしよう。
無事に得得したからといって天からの授かり物であること忘れてはなりません。
So, which... While holding... Oh, it's a ghost weapon. I guess. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sure. Also, shoutouts to it being a complete... That seemed easy to learn, right? It seemed easy to learn, but also, and equally importantly, it needs a completely naturalistic explanation of incendiary oil, and is not allowed to just be magic. And that's really not okay.
命を落としかけたが、ホムラの剣得得したぞ。
火は操れるものではありませぬ。何とぞ恩義を焼かれませぬように。
炎に包まれるのは猛虎のみだ。
Thank you. And that should be all of the stories. Which is cool and good. Yay! Another mask. If only... Izanami's grief. I guess... That's a kind of layered reference. So... Right... Referencing specifically fire with the title Izanami's Grief, is a reference to one of the first stories in the Kojiki, the death of Izanami, the sister consort of Izanagi. So Izanami dies after giving birth to the embodiment of fire. A Hinokago Tsuchi. Right? Turns out, being pregnant with just fire, actually, is bad for you. And, yeah, so she dies. And Izanagi goes to great lengths to try and resurrect her, including going, to the underworld, where he sees Izanami, and Izanami says, hey, I'm gonna go take a nap, don't peek. And he peeks, and it turns out, Izanami is full of bugs. Just, like, totally full of bugs. And, he does not enjoy this. Oh. Ow. God damn it. I screwed up the last one. That's my bad. Bye. Have a nice time. Right? Actually a pretty good pull. And so having discovered that Izanami is full of bugs, Izanagi is like, maybe I should leave? And Izanami does not enjoy this and sends lots of ghosts and ghouls after him as he flees. He does, however, successfully escape, and then takes a bath to wash off the underworld. And from that bath is born Amaterasu and Susanoo and Tsukuyomi. So good things come at the end of it, I guess. Hey, that shield's good, except that it's tiny. So, good job, squad. You did good. You did good. Man, if it weren't for this just being... Does that count as Emperor? How dare you? No, because it was immaculate and instantaneous. Right, like that is... Apart from... Okay, the shield's a weird shape. But apart from it being a weird shape, that's like about the best shield I think we've seen in the game yet. I can't tell whether the halberd got better or worse. The shields definitely got worse. And one of these guys had a sword that I know for a fact got like just so much worse. Oh, also, bye. Have a nice time. We're wondering the three children are born from him washing his eyes, Amaterasu and Tsukuyomi, and his nose, Susanoo. And, yeah, Susanoo makes much more sense when you realize he's basically a blackhead embodied. Fox. Hi, Fox. Harsh. Am I wrong? Was literally a snot-nosed kid. Yep. Gotta unclog those pores. And then turn that grossness into a god, apparently. Okay, this is such a long... This is such a long run for this shrine. Isn't the argument from that he's from, like, imported from Korea? Because he seems to be, like, really, really popular on Kyushu. Where are you going, bird? Or at the very least, there's traditions where he's a cultural hero who traveled to Korea. Oh, you're going to the Pillar of Honor. That would make it make sense. Bronze working. You know, an important detail. Ooh, that looks like a very silly... Hang on, wait, that looks like a very, very silly. Select sword kit options. There's so many good ones now. Hang on. Let's look at all of our things. That one's bad. Like, that's 0 out of 10. I hate this. I hate this with every fiber of my being. Kind of a cheap Tsuba. Oh, the Tsuba's the same on all of them, isn't it? How dare they? That one looks like it's a freaking... Like, we traveled to Venice and thought the aesthetic just looked so sick. Mamushi Venom. Fine, kind of boring. That's really good. I enjoy that. Bishamon's Fortune. I really enjoy that, though it looks deeply uncomfortable. I'm sorry. I like the red enamel. The Tsuba looks like that's a threat to everyone in a, like, mostly your own hip. And the Oni masks on the hilt seem like a terrible decision. That one's okay. Yuzu peel, I enjoy that. Incredible. Look at that centipede. Look at that fabric bag with a centipede on it. It's so fluffy. Is that Snow Leopard? Why are there Onimas on a sword meant to honor Bishamoten? Next question, please. It's so fluffy. Yasha's Empire. Hijiki in Sunlight. Hunting Bear. Izanami's Grief. Also a snakeskin? Huh. Genbu's Darkness. I enjoy the color of it. I enjoy the cloud pattern on the end. The Tsuba is very silly. Breath of Hachiman. I mean, that's, I think, my favorites right now. We might pull that one up. It's either that or one of the floofs. Ow. My ankles. Hey. Would you want the job? Of being in charge of samurai? Like, I think everyone else was very sane and reasonable for that, actually. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess. I need that. Oh, they're just using poison now. Just period. Huh. Wait, you tanked that? What the heck, dude? You didn't take that. Oh, bye. Ow. Okay, no more of this poison. Please. You seem deeply underdressed for this weather.
何百もの猛虎がはびこる城をお一人で取り返したそうですね。このことは生涯忘れません。
行け達者でな。
お役に立つと良いのですが。
Well, that went great. Leave the poison full? Oh no, what'll I do? I simply have too much poison on my hands. Alright, well, let's circle around this way. And there's the camp. And I'm very excited for this. Oh, okay, bud. Like... I'm sorry. What did you want from me? Kill General Dogshin. Okay. That dude seemed actively enthusiastic about us doing mass murder, actually. Oh. Oh, hang on. Okay. I have got to take a look at this real quick. Let's see how they are identifying some of these. Where is... Uh-huh. Interesting. So, they seem to have done the exact same research I just did on these weapons. And weirdly, the weapons have gotten better. Like, this feels alarming to say. That is not the correct chunk of browser. Please hold. There we go. They seem to have gotten better. Because, right, if you look at that, and you look at that, that is quite clearly the same shape. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of random gilding or other crap on this one, but, like, ultimately, that is the same shape. And that's neat. You don't usually... And they removed some of the silliness down at the bottom. And that's good. That being said, God, I wish I could find a, better provenance on that, a significantly better provenance on that weapon and that image, because, you know, God forbid that we have good records and label our things. Right? Because otherwise we see there's a lot of sites that I deeply do not trust for what that looks like and what we're up to. And the shield, again, looks relatively comparable to kind of depictions of Mongols with shields in like Persian sources, except the shields are significantly larger. If we compare it to our primary record, though, any of these folks in white are going to be Mongols, and so we're going to take a look at that right there. And you'll see, firstly, their shields, instead of like big giant tower shields, they just have wicker work palisades established. And then you've got something that might... the type of shield seems to be really indeterminate with those two. But you do see some sort of larger shield. All of our spearmen, though, which they're all depicted with the kind of diamond-shaped spear. They're just two-handing. Like, they don't use a shield because they need everything on both hands on their spear. Or they're using a bow, in which case they need both hands on their bow. This seems intuitive to me, frankly, but, you know, don't let me tell these guys what they can and cannot do. You know? Whoop, he despawned. I don't understand the mask. Like... there are masks used in, like, voila. There are masks. This is from the Mets collections. So, roughly from the period plausible to be used in something like this, but doesn't have the teeth or the giant nose. It does get the effect of what wearing these masks would be like and how intimidating they'd be fairly well, though. Like, I actually rate it decently. Given how bad the early game armor was, like, I take that as actually fairly decent endgame armor. Which is weird, because you don't normally get, like, decent endgame armor is just fully a contradiction of terms. That doesn't happen. You're too slow. Defeat the Hwasha operators. Why is our helmet a basket? Because it is the best hat. Obviously. Oh good, there's the very, very silly sword. Look at how deeply unpleasant. See, having said, oh, this was really good, now you want something that looks really bad? I got you covered, fam. Ugh, there's a guy there, annoying. Guy there, also annoying. I don't know if I have a stealthy way to take all of them out. We're a Buddhist monk. You're so right. We absolutely are a Buddhist monk. Don't worry about it. Oh good, we're back to silly. Hang on, just in case we thought we were okay, we're back to silly. God, that's so silly. It's almost impressive in how silly it is. You're so right. We have become the Sohai. Correct. Would you have it be any other way? What are you looking at here? Why do you have horse skulls on your bonfire? That seems like, not how that ritual works. Like, I don't know for sure. I could be deeply wrong on that, in which case I will apologize for the insensitivity, but that does seem like not how that works. Ooh, that's a Mongol artifact. Let's go. Hold for details, yes, please. An Ongon. In traditional Mongol mythology, it's believed that after death, all shamans become wandering spirits or Ongon. It's customary to construct consecrated idols within 3 years of a death and place them in the home or in outdoor shelters. Again, like, I get the sense that, I mean, this isn't totally correct, but it's also, like, yeah. I guess there's an implication in here that I don't super love. Where is it? Ongon. Which is that the consecrated idol actually needs to look like the person. When actually it can be just about anything. So interestingly, it looks like Ongon is the word used for both the spirit and the spirit's home. Alright, Math, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you. And so, you know, it can be the handle of a drum, it can be another person, it can be a stack of stones, right, a cairn built in a specific place, it can be a carved depiction of a person. There's like all sorts of things that it's allowed to be. And so, I don't necessarily... It implies something without actually saying it in how they're depicting things, though I don't know that that's necessarily a problem. Right? It's neat. Oop. Sorry, bro. Didn't mean anything by it. Incendiary oil. Oh, good. Oh, good, oh, good. I'm sure it'll be fine. And nothing bad will possibly happen. If we were to say... Do you have the same, like, super weird mask? You do seem to. If we were to say, do that. Do that. Do that. Oh, you survived that. Oops. The fact that they're just tanking. I mean, gosh, the fact that they just tank, like, longbow headshots to the face, actually a huge problem. Like, that was my primary strategy. What am I gonna do now that I, can't just, like, explode them with, great prejudice and lots of... what's the word? Arrows. Lots and lots of arrows. The way of the bow and arrow is proving woefully insufficient for this particular circumstance. This has never happened before. I don't enjoy it. Even if it's actually way more accurate. I'd be like, yep, you hit me with an arrow alright. And then I go, wait, but like, isn't that supposed to kill you? It's like, nah. Why would that kill me? Like, it's just an arrow, bro. Hit like 7 more of those, and then we can talk. Oh. Really? Nice work, bro. Oh, that's a wind chime. Well, that's not helpful. There we go. Ow. So rude. Ow. That's cool, I find him. Not an issue. Hey, how's your hat? Oh, see, on the one hand, that's very silly. On the other hand, I love the feather sticking straight up out of it. Ow. Hi, Misty Step! Time to upgrade to the way of the gun and more gun? You're so correct. Jaren, absolutely huge suggestion. We'll make sure to implement that in the next game. But I freaking love the way of the gun and also the gun. It would do so much good for me. What's the mission? Right now we are clearing out random Mongols. Because someone's master made a set of armor for the Khan, and we're like, well, we can't possibly let them do that. And so in the interest of doing something about that, we are trying to kill off frickin' everyone. Alright, we're just gonna try and kill all these dudes. And it'll be completely... Huh? Okay, I'm not crazy, right? These are ye olde railroads? What? Oh, well that's a way to solve the problem. You know, I'm going to be so real. These, Hwacha operators have done exactly nothing helpful for anyone in their whole squad. And have exclusively gotten... Like, they've gotten more kills than I have this time. Which is almost impressive if it weren't also extremely stupid. Why do they have what look an awful lot like railroads? It's supposed to be for these minecarts. Like... in... I mean, it's a minecart. It, looks like a minecart. Meanwhile, you know, it coexists with these, almost comically, nomadic wagons that look much more like late 12th or early 13th century than Yuan Dynasty material. But yeah, right, in this period, in Japan, it is, completely anachronistic for there to be minecarts. I'm, like, 90% sure. Like, there's a universe where I'm wrong, but I really don't think I am in this case. Because all of that work would be done by human labor. So you would just have guys with baskets. And that would be how you'd approach that. Now. Okay. You need to not. I don't suppose I can use this to, obliterate them. Dang. This makes me so sad. Now, how do I get up there? Oh, there's a grapple spot. Given what you know about Japanese metallurgy, yeah. Oh, good point. There's not a ton of, you know, iron, especially high-quality iron, in Japan. So you don't need a sophisticated mining operation. And also, you know, why be sophisticated when you can just use a bunch of guys with baskets? I'm just saying. Ow. Oi. It's a good thing that this poison, we can just kind of, like, go shrug. Like, oh, and then I've solved the problem. Right, having cars dedicated to moving ore seems reasonable. Yeah, once it's out of the mine, and you can kind of package it up, then yeah, totally, absolutely reasonable. But in terms of getting it out of the mine, as far as I know, you just used a bunch of guys with baskets. And it was incredibly dangerous, difficult labor, and lots of folks died doing it. And that should not surprise anyone. So, now I just have to kill the general, right? Black Powder Cache, and then... Did I already accidentally kill him? I feel like it didn't. I feel like I just didn't see a guy that fit that description. But, you know. Yeah, and these are wooden. Like, these are wooden rails. But they're copying the aesthetics of it. Of one that uses iron rails. Because if you notice, this doesn't line up and it looks like it would actually be really uncomfortable. Oh good, he showed up. Nice of you to make us. You got a nice kaftan. Yeah, but how else are we right? I mean, ultimately, I think the question there, in some level, is, well, how do you prove that it's a mine? Right? The implication is that this is a mining site. Ow. Seriously. Look at me kneeling while all those guys just leave. We're so cool. Piece of Mongol armor. We got boots! Yay! Okay. Thank you. Yep. You could have the smelting structure they use, tunnels into the rock, piles of waste rock and such. No, we've got a very 19th century mining operation, except it's suffered a catastrophic cave-in. Obviously. Obviously. It makes great sense to me. And cleaned? Great. So we're going to start heading that way. We're going to just go basically clockwise here. Around here. And then that'll get us to another location. There's a lot of towns in this chunk of game. And are we going to, You have a degree in mining engineering? Wait, that's awesome. That's great lore right there. Yeah. So, congratulations, guys. It's, Man, it's a legend storyteller. Here I was hoping for something, like, remotely interesting. For my trouble. Man. Oh, well. Hey, why did it not clear my location? Please clear my location. It's the multiplayer mode, Rashkavar. If it was actually a thing, that would be, different. It's unfortunately just a way to access the multiplayer mode. And they stick them freaking everywhere, even though you can access the multiplayer mode from the menu. Well, I guess I better not mess this up. Because I am not wearing the best armor for this. I messed it up. Bad news. Oh, goodbye. See you later. Right, really lovely ambient lighting for early day. Early day? Late day. Sun's definitely going down. Given that we're on the west coast of the island and there's the sun over there. How many guys is it? Oh, it's only 4. It's only 4 guys. And I get 3 of them, off of this. Assuming I don't, you know, completely mess it up. And there's a decent shot that this last guy just breaks and runs away. He didn't break or run away. Tragic. He probably should have broken and run away. Would have been better for him. And I mean, like, I could... Wow, the other guys already respawned? There's a lot of Mongols around here. Man, I, quote-unquote love, how somehow there are just so many Mongols around. So many all the time, don't worry about it. Oh, it's a fox then. Hi, fox! That it becomes completely impossible to siege, the, like, Castle Shimura, or do anything that you would normally do in one of these situations. Right? Like, it's just completely impossible, we promise, trust, in order for anyone to have actually established a siege on Castle Shimura, thereby necessitating an all-out assault that can duly get us banished. That's what we call strategy. Anyway, more shrines is more more charm power. Which doesn't affect all of our charms. It only affects some of them. Alright, straight across there to this farm. A whaling village? Ooh. Well, that's interesting. Tell me more. Tell me more. Yeah. I wonder if it'll actually let me swap back to this account. It just lets me do it. It just lets me do it, which is wild. Yay, more technique. We got so many technique points that we can use for absolutely nothing. Alright, so supposedly this is a whaling village. Let's see what evidence they've got for whaling and what the heck is going on. Because this is like one of the more specialized industries I think they've actually had to like get in here and do. Well, if we could get in there. Oh, well, that works. What, there's still enemies nearby? I just killed all of them. Fine. Fine. You don't know what I say to that? Get stabbed. Were those the guys? Nope. There's still more. You want these two? You want these guys too? Alright. If you say so. Ooh, black powder bomb. Why do we have a basket head? Why don't you have a basket head? Obviously. Look, we could have any of our other... Like, we've got lots and lots of hats. We've got lots and lots of very good hats. Right? Ranging from this, which is very good, to this, which is very silly, to that, which is just fantastic, to that, which is pretty good, that, which is just a better version, goofy cones, 8,000 headbands, just to really emphasize ourselves. We've got that, which I love. We've got that, which is frankly very silly. Like, enough headbands to truly kill someone. But none of those are as good as this. So this is, right, the actual history here is that this is a type of hat that is worn by often itinerant Buddhist monks in Japan, especially in later periods. And so it's supposed to completely conceal identity, thereby creating a sort of, well, ego death. Right, so the image of one of these guys wandering or sitting down playing a flute is one of those kind of iconic images of Japanese Buddhism. Where's all the guys? Are there supposed to be Mongols around here? Melting pistachio.
この命すっかり諦めておりました。
道中気をつけよ。
Hang on. Trying to figure out who this is. Because it's... Because I didn't think... bowhead whales lived in the Japanese waters. And yeah, that's what it looks the most like. Okay, so I unfortunately know way too much about whales, and this is a problem for this game in particular. So, I like some of what they're doing. This sort of cubing, actually very, very well attested, for this. But as far as what species of whale this is, well, it looks an awful lot like that guy, right? Well, here's one washed up on the beach. Let's use that. So on the one hand, like, Rashkavar, I totally agree with you. Except on the other hand, bowhead whales do just look that silly. The thing that was throwing me off for the longest time are the, barnacles on it. Because I didn't think the barnacles were barnacles, I thought the barnacles were lumps. But with the speckling up on the top of its head, I'm totally happy saying that that's a bowhead. Now, I didn't think bowhead whales lived in Japan. Apparently every once in a blue moon they do, but for the most part they're found way up in Arctic waters, and do not come down to Japan. So, yeah. So... Right. That already puts us in an odd situation. But yeah. Additionally... Like, yeah, not even down as far as Sakhalin. Yeah, like, they're super Arctic. So, Inuit peoples will tend to, hunt bowhead whales in very small quantities. If one came down and got beached, though, like, what can you really do about it? In this particular case, you'll notice it does not appear to have been beached. Or, potentially, it got beached and then, dragged up here. Right, certainly whaling is, it's a long way. Like, and they're not able to hunt whales at this scale. Like, let's just be very clear on this. There does not... Let's... see. So, whaling has already started in Japan at this period. Right? Hand harpoon whaling. So actually going out... Right? Going out, killing a whale by sticking a harpoon in it, and doing stuff. We don't seem to have a lot of evidence or information about what whaling is like until the 17th century, though. And I'm going to observe here, bird-beaked whales become the most commonly most common type of whale hunted here in the 17th century, and if using nets, which would also suggest that you're hunting dolphins. Right? Beaked whales are just dolphins, Not all of them are called dolphins because there's some subgroups, but basically, if you hear beaked whales, you're thinking things that look like dolphins. And then, you transition into industrial whaling right at the end of the 19th century, and then it's bad. Then it's bad. Importantly, right, in this period, you are not harvesting whales. Modern industrial whaling, right, in the 19th and 20th centuries, is primarily hunting whales for their blubber, which can be transformed into oil, which is extremely powerful as fuel. In this period, none of that is happening. So what you're instead doing is actually what you're seeing here, where they're carving strips up off of the outside of the whale, you're cubing them, and then you're either processing them. In Iceland, this would be done by actually burying them and letting it ferment. And so you end up with them being preserved through fermentation, which apparently people who like it, who grew up on it, liked it, and everyone else thinks it's really bad. I know which camp I'm on. I don't need that. I need that. Black powder bomb. Come on, thread the needle. Come on, it'll be so funny. God damn it. It lied. It lied to me. This is so sad. Well, it was funny. You're so right. Ow. Hey. Hey. Come on. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Oh, yeah. Nice body block. Nice body block. Like, huge plays. Right? Very dedicated to the murder. Very, very dedicated to the murder. And I mean, I respect it. I respect the heck out of it. Hey, someone's wearing gloves. That's gotta count for something. I was like one of the first guys who's actually effectively dressed in any way, shape, or form for winter. Or maybe effectively is a strong word, given that he's still wearing short sleeves. But you know, that counts. Bye. Has the whole map been winterized, or is this just the winter part of the... This is just the winter part of the island. Everyone knows that seasons are determined purely by geography. Yeah. And so all the winter enemies all live in the same spot, and that spot is up at the top of wherever your map is. Right? So if you rotate your map, winter's going to move around the island. You know? You should try it sometime. Yeah, it's usually not a good sign. You'd think that everyone would be more worried. I wonder what processing they're doing here with just like random red herbs. Like a buried fire like that for either making a flatbread or potentially even trying to start cooking the whale meat. Potentially. Or rendering down fat or doing anything. There's lots of uses for something like that. I wonder what that one is in this particular context. Peculiar. Okay, I have no idea where this last hostage is. I'm gonna be so real. It must be up top side. Well, there's a dog, so that's a good sign. Uh-huh. Yeah. Look, if they aggro on me, I can just Oh, you're looking at this map of the Sea of Japan. You did not realize that Vladivostok was on a sliver of Russian territory? Oh yeah, it's in a wild spot. What? I mean you don't have to do this. Where's the guy? Oh, he's down there. I overshot him. That's a problem. Yeah. Oh, good.
では俺がハーンの代わりに預かっておくとしよう。よくぞ守ってくれた。
当然のことです。
Piece of armor number 2. Oh, a hat. So we've gotten shoes and a hat. Which we cannot wear yet because we have to get all the pieces first, and then we can see if that hat is, you know, like 3rd tier. I'd say it's say if it's top tier, but we know it's not, because we have to deal with Basket Hat and Gosuku's helmet, and neither of those is happening. Any bets on how ridiculous this armor is going to be? Oh, I'm so excited. Oh good, now we can actually see what they're doing. Time to wander around instead of doing any of our jobs. We're going to transition into doing low-scale whaling. You're cleaning up fish. Alright, where are the... Where are these hats? Or where's, like, all these signs of people doing stuff? What are y'all working on? You look like you're pounding rice into, bread loaves. Or maybe mochi. Maybe you're making mochi. That would be tasty. It's odd for a whaling village, but, you know, hey, more power to them. You're still digging... The fire is lit. Why are you digging out the... Unless you're scooping ash. Oh, I didn't... Sorry, don't mind me. You're cubing something. I don't know what you're cubing. Maintaining, sure. Doing it while the fire is lit? Also, I feel like you got bigger concerns right now. You know? Like, I don't mean any disrespect when I say that. But, like... I feel like you kinda got bigger concerns. Yep, sorting it all into vats. Chopping it up into bits. The poor whale. I mean, look at how small these boats are for how big, that whale is. Right, a beached whale, right, the largest whale species in, Japan is, like, the third largest whale species in the world. So... There's quite a lot you can feed a community with, off of one whale. Now, on the low cost if you have to actually be able to catch that size of whale, so for the most part, what that turns into, is if a whale beaches itself, or gets otherwise stranded, you can go out with hand harpoons, finish it off, and then haul it in order to harvest it. Or it just beaches itself, and then it perishes due to being out of the water, and getting sunburned to death. And then you move on with your life that way, too. Everyone's asking about the basket on her helmet. Or on her head. The answer is fashion. It is clearly the superior fashion choice. But the actual answer is that, it's one of... This is a type of basket that's particularly associated with Japanese Buddhist, ascetic monks. And so we found one. And so we're gonna wear it. It completely hides our identity, and that's gotta count for something. Also, everyone's asking about, all of the... Everyone's asking, about... the... Okay, everyone knows who we are. Sorry. We are wearing a hat that makes us anonymous. You cannot see our face under this. How do you immediately know who we are? But right. It looks very silly, and therefore we're gonna wear it. It's peak fashion. And we love our... Oh, stop it. This way the Mongols can't tell who we are and they'll be forced to kill all wandering monks. Wait a minute. What, all 4 of them? Like, we're on a teeny tiny island. We're on a teeny tiny sparsely populated island. Why are we acting like there's a whole... like this is a whole endeavor? I probably should have swapped my outfit so I could get the 5k. Oh well. Ow. Oh, we, Nope. Nailed it. Look, I have no expectations, for this Mongol armor outfit. I do not expect it to be superior, to anything we are currently wearing. I simply hope it will be a little bit funny. Just a little bit. Kill enemies with a half bow. Doesn't this... Aren't they all wearing helmets? I guess dogs. It's picking up the Sashimono helmet. Or the Sashimono banner as our closest, most relevant thing. Sup? I'm hoping we get another Mongol artifact out of there. Out of this whole adventure. We don't have a super... super high hopes for anything else about it. We've collected half of the banners in the game! Yippee! Too slow. See, there's another banner. It's just all picking up all the banners. And none of the things I actually care about, which are to say Mongol artifacts. Again, way too slow. It is absolutely the principle of the thing. You are very, very correct on that. It's another banner just down there. I don't want to go down there. That's fine. It's fine. This game accurate or nah? Nah. The game has had some really good moments, but like, yeah, there's a lot of things in here that are just so far out. Right? They lied to us? How dare they? No. Turns out, not quite how any of that works. Honestly, in many ways, Assassin's Creed Shadows is a much more... It's not universally more interesting portrayal of a historical period, or of its historical period. But I think overall it probably is more quote-unquote accurate than this game is. This game in particular has some real struggles when it comes to how to say it. The Mongols, just literally everything about them. Tip to toe, we got some struggles in how they're portrayed. It's funny because as we go on later in the game, the enemies are the enemies have gotten in some important ways more grounded, not less, since the last time we saw them. Anyway, he saw nothing. Who? Huh? Oh, there's a guy way off over there. Impressive. Wonder how many guys we can stack up here. Yeah, unfortunately, one of the big struggles this game has is because so much of its idea of what a samurai is and what a samurai is supposed to do is coming out of 20th century media, not out of 13th century standards of honor. Right, so we've been referring a lot to this book, which is a primary source for the Mongol invasions, based on a samurai who, fairly low-ranking samurai, who actually was there in both 1274 and 1281 on Kyushu, not on Tsushima, but you know. Sup? Incredible. Incredible work, Bronze. Hey, KJ, you made it. Samurai are lying, cheating, stealing, and otherwise doing what you have to, abandoning your friends, charging foolhardily into battle. All of that is completely fair game. Because the point is to win renown, not to, engage in some idea of, like, chivalric honor. And so we also looked at the 1896 book that did a lot to codify the idea of Bushido. It's literally called Bushido, like the soul of Japan. And it was invented with actual reference to European chivalry as, like, the way that this works. So, it's not that honor is unimportant. But it is that the conception of what counts as honorable behavior is wildly different in the Kamakura period than it is in modernity. It's just like, it's not even remotely the same. Music indicator is still in frame. Well, thank you for that catch. I appreciate that. That one. Thank you. Right, so the goal of it, right, is that the way of honor, right, is in fact the way of earning the glory of your peers. And the way you do that is by, at all costs, putting yourself into dangerous situations and then having other people around to witness them. Right? I would not connect them too similarly to Vikings. Because the right way that you organize around honor, right, both are an honor economy, right? They operate under the same fundamental assumptions of what's important. And what's important is, of course, overwhelmingly, taking everything as an insult to yourself. Like, that's the way you do it. Everything is an insult to yourself, and everything is something that needs vengeance. And so you simply go and you do vengeance on everything. You know? At whatever cost, you find an excuse to go do a violence. Every perceived slight is an additional reason to go do a violence. And then you do violence all the time. And that's about where the similarities end. Like, it's not that... because, right, one big difference, say, between the judicial and extrajudicial systems of the Vikings versus samurai is how intensely the samurai are filtered through bureaucracy. Right? Everything hinges on sending reports to Kamakura. And really, like, on a high level of granularity, saying, oh yeah, so-and-so did XYZ. This is how that works. Here's their deal. And, then transition, sending that in missives to Kamakura, getting it stuck in bureaucracy for an extremely long time, and then, wondering why everyone kind of resorts to other methods. Oh, well, that's not good. And yes, we did get a new artifact. When we finish killing all these guys, I'll do something about that. Oh, come on, you can see me from all the way over there? That's so rude. One, two, 3. Problem solving. You know? What are my 3 enemies that I can effectively actually kill with a half bow? I see you to walk too close. Thank you for walking too close. I appreciate. Oh, you survived. What? Huh? How did you survive that? I took an arrow through, or a sword through your neck. How did you survive that? Why were all of our ancestors so violent? Well, the vast majority of people in any historical time period weren't. But it's a cult, but, even more so than today, they love monopolizing violence, and violence is a very easy binary way to prove who is strong. And so if you're trying to exist on the elite upper edges of a society, well, turns out violence, the successful execution of violence, very rapidly means no one is around to tell you no. That's pretty good. That's pretty valuable. I probably should have switched my armor. This could get very painful very fast because I don't have a lot of health to fight this guy. Anyway. But right, to everyone not named Jin Sakai, turns out, well, the threat of low-level violence from neighbors or whoever was always present. The vast majority of the time here, what you're actually gonna see is people who do absolutely no violence whatsoever. And this guy sucks real bad. Right? Because in any given historical time period, you are not a warrior. You are a peasant. Like, overwhelmingly the chances that you're going to be a peasant. And peasants have neither the expectation, social expectation, nor cultural ability to exact violence in the majority of situations. They are going to have violence enacted on them, and that might eventually bubble over into taking matters into their own hands and doing violence. But, like, yeah, that's a moment of deep social and governance failings if the lowest social ranks are actually meaningfully exerting agency through violence. Were they picked to be warriors? It's primarily hereditary. In order to be a warrior elite, you need to have leisure time that you are devoting to training to be good at warrior stuff. And so, right, in this period, what you're looking at are your closest things are your retainers. Right, right, on your highest, right, direct retainers to the Bakufu, to the Shogun. These are going to be samurai, right, so from the hereditary military families that are then converted into, right, with a personal relationship to the Shogun, who are picked to be governors of various provinces. These governors are called Jito. Additionally, anyone who has land, there's a chance that you could be one of the really old families and have land that way, i.e. from the Heian period aristocracy. But more likely, you've gotten land since then, been awarded land, and so if you have an estate, you're going to be a samurai. You will then have your own retainers, known as Go-Kennen. These are lower rankings. They're probably trained professional warriors, right? They're still professional warriors. They're still trained as stuff, but they may not actually have a land of their own. And so they're working in service to another samurai or to a Jito. They may not be hereditary, right? There is a chance that you can be raised to a Go-Kennen through exemplary service somewhere else. And so you might actually be from a peasant class and then become a Go-Kennen, and then through exceptional behavior, turn into a samurai of your own. Well, hang on. No. No. So, on the one hand, yeah, you absolutely can, in some way, become samurai without being in a hereditary family. However, the systems that will make it more common later, do not exist yet. True, you beat your childhood friend in a duel, and then he doesn't get to become a samurai and you do. You're so right. How could I have mistaken that? Right, in later periods, by the end of the Muromachi period, you've got a system of professional warrior non-samurai, known as Ashigaru. And Ashigaru basically become a way to, one, field larger armies, and two, equally importantly, oh, get wrecked. You heard nothing. Two, it gave Ashigaru themselves an easy way to kind of prove their valor and begin to climb social hierarchies that are dictated around violence, without themselves having to necessarily have as much leisure time to get good at violence. You know? Well, hang on. And so yeah, eventually, right, one of these Ashigaru, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, becomes the de facto warlord of all of Japan. But we're not there yet. Right, we are about 100 years, a little bit more than 100 years, from the Ashigaru system really kind of coming into its own. So, will be a while before that sort of violence-based social mobility really emerges. Right? Like at this stage, we're barely getting the idea that non-elites are actually allowed to be monks. The idea that Buddhism is for the people is pretty young at the time of this game. Right, there's some 12th century developments with the emergence of Nihongi and Amida, Pure Land Buddhism, that are making decent inroads at this point, but, you know, still. To give a sense of, that just gives a sense of how far away we are from historical, kind of this later conception of how worship, revelation, and the entirety of Japanese culture works in the 13th century. Like, it's just, we're still very far away from all of that, because, like, Zen doesn't exist yet. Zen's a 14th century popularized strain of Buddhist thought. It does exist in China at this point, but it's not become the dominant thing in Japan by any measure. Whee! Round and around and around we go. Where we'll stop somewhere up there, I assume. Yeah, there you are. Hi, Inari. How are you doing? Where's the fox? I wish to pet the fox. The fox despawned. This is so sad. Let's go read a Mongol artifact to make me feel less sad about it. Dishware and pottery, my favorite. While ceramics and pottery are well-known products of China, these fragile materials are ill-suited to the Mongols' nomadic lifestyle. Containers traditionally used by the Mongols are made from wood, metal, and leather. Okay. Okay. Y'all, I mentioned this the other day. I mentioned this last stream when we saw the Chinese material, or right, when we saw another ceramic piece. Blue and white porcelain is first developed during the Yuan dynasty, based on trade with the Ilkhanate. So you were able to get blue, cobalt, or lapis lazuli from Afghanistan, combined with porcelain clay production in southern China and Tibet. So the site at Jingdezhen, beginning in already by about 1300, is starting to produce blue and white material that's kind of related to, right, sort of an improvement on Persian ceramic styles. So, you know, remember, chat, anyone, pop quiz, your pop quiz. Who was the Yuan dynasty? Come on, give it to help me out here, guys. They're Mongols. The Yuan dynasty is the Mongol ruling dynasty. So, while this is true for 12th and very early 13th century, for the cultural state of the Yuan dynasty, of the Mongol ruled China, this entry is just incorrect. And that's one of the things that they're doing that's kind of really annoying, is they're acting like this moment in 1274 of the Mongol invasion of Japan is directly akin to Genghis Khan and his expansion across. Genghis Khan died 50 years before the events of this game. Right? The Mongol Empire has already fractured. We are not looking at the same Mongols universally as who existed during Temujin's expansion. And so acting like we are in the 1270s, when it's the Yuan dynasty and Korea, is kind of frustrating. Derived from Chinese firearms, and gunpowder weapons, Mongol cannons and bombs are a core component of their arsenal. An illustration of gunpowder warfare in action, the Mongol invasion of Japan showcases many well-documented examples of explosive bombs. Does it? Does it though? Like, yes, but let's see. Let me see if we can find anything on here. In our sources. Diplomatic records. Choreo. Yep. Let's see. Intangible proof of battle. Let me see. Sunaga. Where do we go? I'm not seeing all that much here. Let's see. So, to read this at some length, Mongols coordinate cohesive units through gongs and drums, but Japanese defenders were not as outclassed on the battlefield as may be implied. Harrying the enemy from afar proved to be an effective strategy versus a frontal assault. For example, one Japanese warrior named Yamada sensibly preferred picking off scattered soldiers. After selecting his most powerful archers to fire distant arrows at the Mongols, Yamada and his men unleashed their arrows prior to Hachiman, and killed 3 Mongols, thereby causing the Japanese to laugh, while the Mongols just left. Both Japanese and Mongol accounts refer to the prowess of Japanese archers. Shoni Kagasuke, for example, was lauded by the Mongols as a warrior adept in horsemanship and archery because he shot the Mongol commander Liu Fuxiang in the face and captured his horse. The Mongols also prefer skirmishing versus frontal assaults. And yeah, the Japanese forces seem to not really be mentioning firearms? Like, I'm not seeing a lot of things on, like, firearms as the most important thing. Let's see if we can find a mention in the scrolls themselves. Right, because, like, the pictures, I mean, you do see, some mention, or some things that maybe look like it, but for the most part, if you look at our pictures for our Mongol forces, I see spears and I see bows. Even in our massed army here, with the gongs, I see a lot of spearmen. I see a lot of spearmen and not a lot of gunpowder. So, on the one hand, they're definitely they're definitely using bombs, but I don't think they're as important as the game is implying here. Because, yeah, they're, for the most part, fighting using spears and bows, like we would expect. Another great example of them all in a boat with their spears, not doing things. So, I mean, yes, on the one hand, you know, I'm not going to begrudge them saying, yes, there are documented examples of explosive bombs in the invasion of Japan. Like, there are. Don't get me wrong, there are. But I don't think it's as integral a part of the arsenal as they want it to be. I think that just doesn't seem to hold much weight with what our picture evidence is suggesting, nor does it make a ton of sense for a very small, remember, very, very small invasion. We've got to be getting pretty close to the 1,000 kill mark out here. And, like, that means we have solidly killed between 10 and 20% of the Mongols' forces just by virtue of, existing. Like, we have solo killed a hugely significant percentage of the enemy. Well, we could do it that way. You know, we've not gone in straight through Maine. We've not gone straight through Maine. I could kill so many people. Assuming I don't botch this. Heck. So about that, as long as I don't botch this. I got bad news. I botched this. But hey, look at how much good that did. Look at how much we got done. Gesundheit. My god, that was a lot of sneezes. He sneezed like 4 times in a row. He's been napping, so he just like woke up and went, a choo 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 choo. Can we try to get on a standoff? No? Please? What if we try to get on a standoff, though? Oh. Oh, that guy's right there. Hang on. Surprise! Ah, it's because they're aggroed. They won't let me. Shame. Shame. Mongol artifact! We're back! What have we got? Well, no, actually, what have we got? There must be hide. Leather and hides are used by the Mongols for everything. Thanks, team. Like, yep. Oh yeah, it's definitely the hide. Cool. Yep. Yep. Well, they're making the exploration very easy. Like, I wanna give props to them here for recognizing that, like, we're not really here at this stage in the game to be doing a ton of new exploration, right? Yeah, we got another big giant area, but like, who really wants to be doing that right now? And so they're just putting convenient Mongol camps almost within sight of each other. So we're able to get a lot of map clearance without having to ride around through the wilderness very much. And I appreciate that a lot. Even if I would otherwise like there to be less combat in this game. I know, it's a weird sentence to say. Like, what do you mean I want less combat? But I'm kind of just, like, bored of it. Is that mean? Nope. What's up? On the bright side, this isn't actually that... The combat is usually not very difficult. So... Don't freeze to death. It's somehow winter. Don't freeze to death. I guess. 90k, dude. Man. Nope. That one. Heck. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. See? Just do it this way.
逃がしてやる。
このことは生涯忘れません。
安全なところへ。抜かれでないぞ。
お侍がいなければ勝ち目はない。
I love these guys very chilly walking around, being like, yep. You just killed all those guys. Oh no, it's so scary. Nice of them to not hear me. Oh, got him again. Works every time. Really? This one guy over here who's not even aggroed? There's one guy over here who's like not even aggroed on me. Is who you are worried about. I mean, if you insist. That's fine. That's not a big deal. Huh? Who? Oh. This makes more sense. See ya. Right. I also enjoy the kind of eternal, like, the game can't decide whether all the tools that they are giving us for violence is something that everyone is deeply terrified for, or terrified about, and is therefore a source of social strife and character problems, or whether everyone's just like, yeah, don't worry about it. There's definitely times when they're... Because, right, Shimura's like, oh no, you're going to scare the peasants. The reason why this is bad is that it makes the peasants fear us instead of think that we're cool and fine and good. And, like, I mean, on the one hand, huh? On the other hand, I kind of get it, but on like the third hand, huh? The house is actively on fire. Yeah, it is. Don't worry about it. Fire doesn't spread. Is it way the hell up there? If it is, I'm going to be upset. No, it's good. They're over here. Good, 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 good. Also a good thing that they take actually 18 years. in order to do anything, right? Nice job sitting down. It's called hostage because they're trying to be good hosts, right?
このままでは殺されます。お助けを。
Are you worried about the dogs?
待たせてしまったな。
Peculiar.
お侍様、助かりました。わしらはこの鎧を
Oh good, that's our last armor piece!
あなたにお預けするべきですな。
それはハーンが作らせた。
Good, 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 good.
さようでしたか。
手
Oh.
に渡らずよかった。これで全て揃ったな。あの弟子の元に戻るか。
Very, very good. And that's everything there. And we didn't have to kill the 2 puppies. There we go. Are they still on fire? Yes. Does that seem to matter? No. Huh, there's something way the heck out there. Well, we'll have to do something about that. Also, I should probably learn my new techniques, huh? I guess, Point taken. No, you make a really good point, video game. You did... Like, it did say I should learn new techniques as if I had new techniques to learn. That was on me. I should have expected that. I'm sorry for daring to presume. Ooh, that's a nonsense. Look at that plume of steam. We need to have ourselves a little sit down. Maybe there will be monkeys in this one. Do snowy mechanics, like, not live around here? Yes. You're right, they don't. Can I hope anyway? Just what Jin needs. Just what we need. Reflect on. Taka's sacrifice.
短い付き合いであったが、タカ、勇ましかったぞ。波の武士にも劣らぬほどに。気づいておったか。
A tiny bit of health. A tiny bit of health that in absolutely no way, shape, or form counteracts how much damage everyone does. But, like, you know, that's fine. Okay, I do need to make sure I get that fast travel point while I can. Right, get that town while it is gathered around here. So that when I leave here, I don't have to go, like, physically riding back and can just fast travel back and forth. It's a priority, okay? Anything to avoid having to fast travel. Because fast travel is like actually doing... Or to avoid having to slow travel, I should say. Fast travel isn't the love of my life, is what I'm trying to say. And anytime that I can not have to double back on something, it's just a huge boon. Huge benefit for all of us. Well, heck. Fine. Alright, don't get baited this time. Don't get baited this time. Don't get baited this time. See? Run in very slowly. Trot, 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 trot. Here we go. Yay! What's more with feeling? Is there someone left? No? Oh, yeah. Bro. Bro. What are you doing hanging someone for, like... Come on. What are we even doing here? That's just... That's just cruel, and worse than cruel, it's gross. It makes me feel yucky, and therefore it's bad. No, like actually big problem. It is, I am hard pressed to figure out, a universe where, the historical Mongols would have possibly justified, hanging someone from a torii. Like, well, torii are a fairly uniquely Japanese thing rather than, a broader Buddhist world thing. There's no benefit. Also, they weren't around for long enough to do the amount of damage that they're claimed to be doing. I'm just gonna say that. Like... So this is apparently Mongol territory, but anyone wanna point me towards any Mongols? No? At all? Yeah, this seems to be a... The story is happening here, TM. Sort of situation. It was just very awkward to walk in and be like, Because I'm guessing this will say entering area of overwhelming enemy forces, right there. And there's boats. So yeah, that's what we call, that's where we call the plot. Good job, plot. Glad you exist. How dare there be a story in my video game? I'm not here primarily for, those. I don't know what you're talking about. Smoke bomb capacity 2. I could have, any smoke bombs. Or... explosive arrows. I could have 4 explosive arrows instead. Now we'll get smoke bombs. Because those are the ones I'm actually using a lot right now. Because right, smoke bombs are super useful because smoke bombs basically translate directly into, free kills. And that's sort of the benchmark we need to be at right now, is,
天下無双の弓ですよ。申し分のない出来でございます。さあ、お納めください。
I maybe should have done that, just because that is... I just severely reduced my ability to do all sorts of things. Or to upgrade my armor and figure out what it looks like. Ooh. Yeah, see, like, what's the... They're skirmishing. And also, Tsushima is of, like, minimal... It's of strategic importance insofar as they are using it in that moment to, Okay, is this armor, It's alright. It's fine. It's fine. It's not great. It's fine. I'm not wearing the ghost armor though, I'm wearing Sakai clan armor. And we need two. Okay, but I don't need you, I need the other. Where is the other guy? Over here, around the corner. I understand. He moved, okay? How dare NPCs walk around? And now that we got one set of armor, let's get another set of armor that we also don't have supplies to upgrade. And we have this honor society. I mean... I mean... It's like... Again, I like the feather in the hat. True. Oh, I can't upgrade this armor. This armor is what it is. Really? Really? Massively reducing Mongol detection speed. So, what I'm hearing is if you, if we are wearing... Oh, that's stupid. That's fun. No, I'm fine with that. That's very silly. That's actually okay. It's okay. Fashion.
Jin,
Yeah, that's me, Jin. You immediately know it.
近江から上野岳の砦に続く古道があるんだ。だけど猛虎に陣取られてる。チラスにも味方が欲しいね。佐護山に狩人の集団がいる。頭はたけし。
友な。
違う。だけど手を貸してくれる。弓の腕はかなりのもの。
But you're not friends.
一人で会ってきて、私は志村の城を抜けて近江に行ってくる。
皆と共に南を攻めろ。俺は狩人を連れ北から攻め入ろう。
Uh-huh.
うまくいくかな。
ああ。抜かるでないぞ。
あんたも。
Find the camp in Sago Prefecture. So we're heading all the way back down here. We're heading all the way back down there specifically. In order to get got. Like. Recruit some guys to then attack down here at Kaminadake to be able to access the rest of the map again. So, I should fast travel here. And we ride straight through the middle of town. Wonder if there's anything actually like... I guess not... Interesting is not the right word, but any records or shinies in here. Hello, it's me. One of you. Ignore the spooky mask. I don't think they ignored the spooky mask, chat. Oh, come on. Seriously, let me do the thing. Outfit. Traveler's Dire. I want to see if there's a shiny in here. Or around here. There's a bird. Where's the bird going? To the Pillar of Honor down there. That makes sense. That's a good place to be going. Gosh, it's such a good thing that gameplay poison is so much weaker than cutscene poison. Like, imagine if gameplay poison did anywhere near as much damage as that's a lot of blocking. Words. Sorry, I got distracted by the bamboo. Right, remember how we got hit by one arrow and then immediately passed out on this bridge? Good times, good times. And then we actually get into the game and it's like, yeah, so the way you actually deal with it is you just kind of grit your teeth. Grin and bear it. You've got so much willpower. Willpower lets you completely ignore deadly neurotoxins. It is known. I'm going the complete wrong way now, aren't I? Meh. I mean, like, what's even the point of using, the wind to guide you if I'm just gonna completely ignore it? And then get turned around and run the wrong way anyway. Yeah. Y'all are fine. Don't worry about it. They're acting like I've done anything, like, that needs attention. I haven't. It's not a big deal. Everything's fine. Cool. Now that we've made a lovely, lovely loop. I mean, we've gotten a good amount of exploration done already. That's gotta count for something. I just now have to do a lot more. Nice poppin'. Okay. I just can't get over how thoroughly they have decided, hey, this place? Yeah, it's winter. Like, hi, I live somewhere where the current temperature outside is 15 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm like, this is too much winter. You know how hard you have to try in order to accomplish that? Like, it's a deeply impressive amount of, yeah, y'all really committed to the winter bit. And I deeply wish they hadn't. Like, so much of this landscape is so pretty when it's not, incredibly frosted out. What's up? How y'all doing? Glad y'all still remember my honorifics. Now that I've been banished, apparently doesn't matter, but like... Glad y'all do.
お侍様、佐賀の村で妙なことがあるようです。
猛虎か。
わかりません。村の人は追い詰められたような顔をしているのですが、気にするなというばかりで。
厄介事が起きておるようだな。調べてみよう。
Now, we've been banished, so I'll tell my uncle, in between him killing me, that he should probably look into that instead. You know, since he insists that it's his job to care for the people. And not my... I overshot. Straight up the side of the hill. Oh, that's a fox. Hi, Mr. Fox. Main story or foxes? I know which one I prioritize. Whee! That's the one that makes me fall off a cliff. That's probably both of them, huh? I'm realizing that may be a bad metric. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Whee. And... okay, I do just have to go up, like, around here. Engage in a little spot of parkour. It's not on a main road where anyone could easily get to it. How dare they? I mean, honestly, how rude of them. Actually hiding? Oh no, there is a road, I just wasn't on the right road. Fair play. You know, no, I'll take that L. Hello, I'm a stranger.
そこのお方、温まってってくれ。
Do you actually have anything? Bow vanity gear. No. Armor dies. You do have one for the ghost armor, which is okay. You got a bunch for the Ronin attire, which I don't care about. I'll accept that. And then you have different hats. I mean, it's not a bad hat. But it's not as good as the hat I've got, you know?
お主たけしか。
名前もご存知か。
酒井仁、ユナの友だ。
あいつの生きてんのか。
近江への道が固められた。俺一人では道を開けん。手を貸してほしい。
Way to answer the question.
狩りの名手だと聞いたぞ。この地の狩人の頭だそうだな。
ユナがそう言ったのか。
戦に慣れておるともな。違うのか。
慣れてはいる。だがわけもなく命をかけられないな。
How about the fact that there's no food here because you're gonna starve to death if it stays winter forever? Oh wait.
砦で暮らしたいだろう。
春までいていいなら乗った。
決まりだな。
We definitely have the authority to make this deal.
まずは様子を探る。志村様の城の滝から猛虎のムクロが落ちてきたんだ。きっと城を
100% trust.
猛虎の射手が門を守り、絶え間なく騎兵が往来してる。
我らが北から攻めれば、ユナたちが南から乗り込む手はずだ。
ユナも一緒か。なるほど。
砦は崖際にあるな。登って入れそうだ。
砦に材木を送る木こりの宿営だな。猛虎が現れてからもぬけの体。崖登りの腕は
増えてではない。
That's a way to say it. Cool. But I mean, that's nice and all. Look at that. Look at that path we've got right there. So, there's a shrine to climb. Whee! My ankles. Up, 2, 3, 4. Over here. Ooh. That was nearly unnecessarily spicy. And up here, and here we go again. Ah! It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. I wasn't worried. You were worried. God, my fingers would be so cold trying to do that in the snow. That just sounds, like, deeply unpleasant. Our outfit is very silly, isn't it? I appreciate that the game lets you have very bad fashion choices. Like, I think that's just a very fun thing that more games should always let you do. Now. Where are you leading me to? Pillar of Honor. There's a lot of those around, huh? Yeah. Don't even worry about it. Like, these guys are all so worried about having the ability to stab me in the face. Can't they just leave a guy in peace? You know, you don't mess with me, I don't mess with you. At least not until I feel like messing with you. It seems equitable to me. I mean, the other option is I kill all of them, and I don't think they like that option very much. There's so many guys. Aw, you've been decorating the house to Mannheim Steamroller tunes, good times, amazing. Oh no, I don't have very many Christmas decorations. Just, you know, I've got kind of lights strung up perpetually. And then I've got one teeny tiny Christmas tree. Without a lot of anything to put under it, it seems sort of unnecessary.
そこから離れろ。すぐに行く。
すぐにね。
Yeah, it will be.
今の見ました。
ユナのやつ変わった友ができた。
That's one way to say it.
ここから砦の中が見える。
山際から砦を見渡せそうだな。
敵も狙い撃てる。
あそこに射手の多くを置こう。
Uh-huh.
屋根の上から場をかき出せるな。
ユナが言いそうだ。
いろいろと教わった。
お前ら続け。他の者は崖へ向かえ。
俺に気づいた敵を仕留めてくれ。
よし、わかった。
Ow. My ankles! There's one. There's two. If I cover, did you just shoot me in the back? Is that what got my back means to you? That's a bear. And a lot of guys. Huh. Okay. Well, that technically worked. That one real quick. Nope, Whoa, he came in like a crazy person. Oh, well, unlucky. It's a good thing these guys were basically able to take care of the whole thing completely by themselves with no extra help. Now, what's hiding in the yurts? Can it be a ton of supplies? I mean, it is a ton of supplies, but can it be also a Mongol artifact? Anyone? Any Mongol artifacts? No? Oh. That's unfortunate. Fine. Well, it didn't go super well for us, but it worked well enough. Again, with the effort. Again, with the absolute contortions the narrative has to do in order to reiterate, hey, these guys are evil. Look at how evil they are. Good try.
募り軍を作ったと聞いた。なぜあんたが率いない？
We had a difference of
志村
opinion.
殿の策が終わりだからだ。
ということはこの砦あんたのものじゃないのか？
志村殿には城がある。春までここをお使いにはなるまい。
それまでに去ればいいんだな。
We're not liars. Even though lying is completely within our rights as samurai, we personally are not going to be liars about this.
ついてこい。
Okay? And if that means taking L's on the we totally didn't have the right to do that, to promise the things we have promised, yeah, that's fair. Huh.
ユナ、まさかあいつが向こうに行かねば橋の様子を見るぞ。
兵は南門に集められてる。今しかないぞ。
橋を抜けられたとしてもヒヤリの良い的になるな。
Yep.
稲わとやらで橋を下から渡ってヒヤリを奪えないか。
Probably.
木にかければ向こう側に渡れる。登れそうな崖もあるな。
見つかったら俺らが射抜いてやる。足を攻めようが攻めまいが危うきことに変わりはない。俺らは指揮に従うよ。
では備えておけ。
Wee. Wee. All of the poison. Alright, we should actually probably equip, like, real outfits, huh? You good? Ow. Also, ow. God damn. No. Oh, those are friends. Sorry. Man, anytime they give us these is just good fun.
南門の仲間に加勢する。
Let me use a Hwacha more often.
来たか。槍川の戦士も一緒だ。やっと分かった。ブロードが。だが山より大きいと聞いたぞ。今は戦え。
Quite a sword they had, right?
こっち来ないで、見つかっちゃう。分かってます。なぜ門を
Yeah,
開
yeah,
けるまで
yeah.
待た
That's
な
what
か
that.
った。
様の案だよ。
敵の残りはい
Who
たほどだ。
who let Moscow make decisions?
では早く殺せ。
随分と腕を上げたの。
励みましたゆえ。
別人のようだ。
Again, who let
酒井様、ちょうどいいところに。抜かるなよノリオ。
Oh hey, that's it.
なんとかなったね。
GG's.
さあ、砦を奪いますよ。
And that gives us access to get back into everything else.
まあ今のところはな。
無事です、酒井様。
The whole gang is here.
こんなに寒いだなんて聞いてませんよ。
Apparently.
いずれ慣れるさ。上学に迎えるよう武具を整えておけ。お主、たけしと何があった？
ずっと前のことさ。
あやつら、ただの狩人ではなかろう。
そうとも言うかもね。
砦で道を守るよう頼んだが、ようやく猛虎から逃れた民を襲うような賊であっては困る。
悪さをすれば私が許さない。
No, no, they were named bandits, so there is a real risk of this.
もうあった。早く立とう。
Yuna.
では上学へ向かう。
Yuna.
そこで最後の策を練る。
You can at least be
やっとハーンを殺せるんだね。
slightly chill about Jesus. Like that was cold. But y'all, as fun as this has been, I think this is a really, really good spot for us to wrap up. So, once we've got everything done, with a little bit of luck, our main story quest has us all gathered up here. So we'll have a lot of side quests to do next time, but we're going to get the entire map explored, get everything figured out there, and then we'll be able to hit up all the endings of all these stories, which is only like one or two per person, and then try and really hit the last couple of things up here. So tomorrow might be a bit of a long stream, because yes, even though it is a Monday, I am not working, and therefore we will be streaming to make up for the lack of stream on Saturday. So same time, same place. We'll just see. Hopefully, try and get about 6 hours in. And actually, you know, I think we'll skip the history hour tomorrow, so we can just really get in there as fast as possible, and try and finish up all of those stories, try and finish up the, main story of this game. I think we can do it. I think it'll be close, but I think we can do it. So, 1 p.m. Tomorrow, we'll hop straight into the game today, and we'll see how far we can get. That all sounds good. I will see you all then. Until then, have a good rest of your evenings, everyone. Now, let's see who's off doing anything. Looks like it's a quiet night, so we'll just let everyone get off. Have a lovely rest of your evening. We'll roll the credits. And as soon as I pull up the, very good, very talented streamer, definitely remembered to load up the end credits in advance of doing anything. Totally, yep, trust. Oh boy, one of these times I'll stop forgetting that. It's not this time, though. Alright, everyone, there we go. Have a good night. Bye-bye. KJ, Raven, Dreaming of Infinity. Lovely to bookworm. Great to see you all. And of course, thanks to all of our patrons on the side of the screen there. There's an awful lot of you, which means your names are now very small, but I appreciate it all very much. Thank you also to Wolfie for the sub and gifting a sub to Jakista, and KJ just before stream went live. I didn't forget you either. Thank you also, Sapphire, for the raid earlier on. Thank you all again. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.